A summary of the movie P-Mock. Mock served in the war during the beginning of the dynasty. At war, he became friends with Ter, Puyak, Shin, and A, whose lives he saved. Once the war was over, Mock invited his four friends into his house in a small town and introduced them to his beautiful wife Nok and his newborn baby Dang. A rumor was going around in the village that Nok had died giving birth to the baby Dang. The sources of this rumor were from a local liquor store owner and was found dead floating on the river a few days later. The four friends felt it's time to tell Mock the possibility of Nok and Dang could be dead and lingered as haunted ghosts and risk their lives. It's up to Mock to choose love or reality. And in this movie, there's many details shown that there is a separation and of love and reality because Nock has to figure out, or Mock has to figure out that reality comes from his life and his wife and his choices of finding a baby. In this specific scene, they're exposed to business owners and people that have selling food, and they are trying to get food. And as you see, they get scared that his name's Knock, so they refuse to give him food, and she eats the food. In this scene, that man asks, "Who is he?" and he says, "Knock." And the guy says, "Oh, okay, this is not for sale anymore because you're Knock. I'm running away." And all the fish is now thrown on the ground. You see through the sound and the music of this specific scene that everyone is a build-up and everyone is scared of what is going to happen. So right here, Knock is trying to wake up this lady of this local store, trying to ask if he can have a job or, "Do you remember me?" And you can tell by her face and her movements that she is learning that this is not going to be a good idea. She is first really argumentative with him, saying, "I already have workers. Everyone that I know, it's working for me. And what makes you think that I need a worker?" And the market employee is in fear when they see Knock because she realizes that he looks familiar, and as soon as her face turns, you see the sound and everyone building up to looking at her and knowing that this is really what she thinks is a ghost. And so her son comes in to look and sees that, oh my god, she's telling Mock that she's a ghost. And this next scene, this is when A is told he has to go check on Mock and Knock's house to see if they're there. He is slowly creeping up as the music is building up and the sound begins to dimmer. And you see him looking around in fear, and his face just shows that he's looking at Knock, not knowing what is going to happen, but he still has a sense of, oh, I'm going to do it, and look, even though I'm scared, I have to get this done because everyone set me to go get this done. And the sound of it is Knock slowly getting up and walking towards him while the music and sound is getting really closer and closer and closer to him. Let alone he's still having to face the fact that he's afraid of her, and this small tone in her voice makes him feel okay. And he sees that it's about to get silent. She turns around and he doesn't know where she's going to go. All he thinks is everything's okay, so he starts smiling. And then the dramatic build-up for when she stops and all he looks down to see between her legs is really silent, dripping blood. That almost sounds realistic, and the sound of that just brings more attention to him. And then he starts to get more and more frightened until he ends up seeing the baby and waking up. This next scene is when Tara is going to the restroom in the woods, and it's quiet. The birds are chirping. The sound is really tranquil. And then he looks over and he sees a hand with a ring, and automatic fear. He sees that there's a ring on the finger, and it kind of looks similar to Mock's. So he goes under the dirt, and boom, the music starts pumping, and all you hear is just fear, and you see in his face the body drops, and he starts running. That sense of the build-up and the runaway and the sound of the body dropping just brings more confliction with the situation that this could be a dead body. So he ends up running away and getting stung by bees, and now he can't talk. So there's a big fear of not telling his friends what is going on, and now them not being able to tell, like, who's the ghost. Because now they're stuck in a situation to where they don't know what's going on. And as soon as he comes back, he sees that Nock is wearing the ring, and he thinks, oh my god, that's the ghost. This other scene, and after they're done playing cards, they ended up saying she was a ghost out loud and didn't mean to, so they all run away, and suddenly his glasses fall on the ground. She's coming up to him so tranquil, and really the music is building up, and knowing that he's about to get attacked by her because he just really called her a ghost in front of all the friends. So he puts on the glasses, he starts to run away, and the build up, the music gets faster and faster and faster. And you see all their faces, they're all screaming, they're all scared because they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know if she's actually a ghost. In this scene, his friends come grab him from Nock because they were going through a place where it was a perfect time to come get him and try to tell him that, hey, she's a ghost, let's be careful. And so there's a sense of fear with doing this because they don't know if they get caught. They don't know what's going to happen. And they see that these doors are locked and the music keeps building and building and building up until they see, like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And she silently turns around and boom, everything goes silent. All their faces turn and they see, oh shit, what's going to happen? And so they all panic as it's getting faster and faster. She's approaching them. The music is building up. No more silence. Everything has gone and they're all panicking and freaking out. You can see by their faces that they're not as calm and silent as they were. And now they see that she is over here and they have to pretend to dress into some other costume or uniform to make sure they don't figure out who she is. But while they do this, they're still in fear while they are pretending to be someone else. She can tell on the faces that something's not right and it's not the same thing as it was before, because now the second time they walk through, it's a lot different people, and people are moved around. It went from a little kid to Tear. So there's a big fear in having her notice and see that, and her coming back and being a ghost and haunting them. So they don't know whether to walk away or stay there and get haunted by her. So they're just looking at her, and they ended up catching eye to eye, and they're looking at each other deeply. And this is when it gets quiet, and no one knows what's going to happen except him. Nock and the man are looking eye to eye, and she's testing him whether he'll break or not, because this sense of fear shows that everything is powerful with fear. In this last scene, you see that he got caught in his hand, Mock got caught in his hand, and they were afraid that he was wearing the same ring that was on the floor. And all their faces you see through this action is all their faces are flabbergasted. They see that they don't know whether the ring is his or hers, so they're all in fear as this big build up in slow motion of taking off the ring. He ends up telling them, hey, the ring's right here, and all of them get scared. There's lightning. They have a flashback of what's going on, and they don't know whether to do something or just run away. So they see that this is a flashback from war and what has happened, and this is more fear that brings to them. They end up throwing some rice at Mock, and he doesn't see that this coming, and they think that he's the ghost, so they get more scared, and this buildup of music keeps coming and coming while they run away, and they see that this is over. Thank you.